guys, we're here at Gamer Sanctuary. We're going to play Bolt Action. Alright, Fresh Coast Gaming fans, we're here today to play Bolt Action. We're going to play Hold Until Relieved. It is a scenario where my army is going to hold an objective in the center of the board. I'll have 2 squads. Joe can deploy all of his infantry if he'd like, and I basically have to hold out while my reserves come on. Obviously, the benefit for me is that I start out right on the objective. The benefit for Joe is that he outnumbers me quite a bit right at the beginning of the game. I will have a first wave, whereas he just has reserves, so I will get some of my dudes on in the first turn. So that is a benefit for me. So let's check out Joe's force. He's got a veteran Chaffee, a beautiful tank, awesomely painted, decaled. It's just a really cool tank. Is it a light? Is it armor 8? So it's a light tank, but it has a pretty good gun. Has recce and veteran, so veteran US tanks do not take a penalty for moving and shooting, which is amazing. It's got a flamethrower and a Jeep, bazooka and a Jeep. Are these all veterans? All veterans. We're playing 1,200 points. He's got engineers in a 1.5 ton truck, and they have a flamethrower. He's got a squad of glider troops with a BAR. Squad of glider troops with a BAR, and he's got 2 BARs in the engineers. And then he has a sniper, a mortar with a spotter, a medic, and a forward air observer, and his lieutenant with an extra dude. You'll notice the medic is painted a little bit different, and that's because it's from a company called Battlefield Collectors. They sell pre-painted models. They're actually really cool, and they're pretty much the same scale. I can't really tell the difference, and I'm aiming at the wrong guy. It's that guy. Yeah, I'm aiming at him now. He actually has an IV out, which is really cool. Do they cast their own models too? I think they cast their own models, which is really cool. Check them out on the web. If you turn them over, you can see it's got the little logo there. Collectors Battlefield. Sorry, not Battlefield Collectors. They have a whole range. They are somewhat expensive, but if you compare to GW prices, or if you don't want to paint your stuff, it's not too bad. Alright, so Joe had glider troops and engineers, and I have Fallschirmjager, which are the German paratroopers. They only actually jumped once, and that was in Crete, and I guess they jumped in Norway as well. And Belgium, yeah. But my dudes are basically portraying the retreat from Italy, and so they're in that temperate uniform, some of them, and some of them are wearing field gray, and some are wearing black steel helmets, you know, so they have all of that. I've painted on the camo. I apologize, some of my guys are not painted yet. I'm still working on that. This is for our regiments of renown. They are a little shiny because they're pewter. All of them are pewter, and I don't want them to chip, so they have that varnish on there. So I have one squad that is kind of a covering fire squad. They have 2 LMGs and then some rifles. So they're going to lay down covering fire. I have one squad with 2 Panzerfausts and 2 assault rifles. One squad with 2 Panzerfausts, 2 assault rifles. Another squad with 3 Panzerfausts and 2 assault rifles, and then rifles to fill out. A lieutenant with an extra guy. A medic, and that medic model is really sweet. He's from Warlord Games. My Hetzer is my tank that I took. Hetzers are on the Panzer 38T chassis. They were really cheap to produce, and they made a ton of them. They're a tank destroyer. They have a heavy AT gun on the sides. If they get hit on the sides, though, it's really bad for them. They take an extra pin. I have a Panzer Schreck, an MMG, a medium mortar with a spotter, a sniper, and a motorcycle team. And actually, I'll have a Fallschirmjager one painted up, but it's at home in pieces. So check back. We will have, after turn 1, we will have our shot here, and I'll just show you the whole battlefield. We're basically fighting over a river. There's some bridges. Idea is the Fallschirmjager are falling back in Italy. They've left this half track right in the middle. That's the objective. They're trying to protect it because it has some important supplies. the Americans are trying to take it. All right, check back after turn 1. All right, so we're at the top of turn 2 here. We finished turn 1. I got my Funyuns, I got my Coke, I'm ready to go. I will go through what I did first, and then we'll go through what Joe did. I brought on a squad over here with some assault rifles and Panzerfaust. Squad right here with some assault rifles and some Panzerfaust. I have my mortar, I'll turn so the light looks better, my mortar, spotter, and my sniper in this building. They took some shots at Joe's mortar spotter, or sorry, Air Force observer and sniper in that building and missed. I ran my MMG onto the board, ran my mortar onto the board. Unfortunately, I should put a little marker over here. These are my Fallschirmjager pin markers. Unfortunately, Joe called in an airstrike on my assault rifle Panzerfaust squad over here. What that means is when turn 2 starts, we roll. It's possible that an airplane will come in and then shoot everything within 12 inches of that dude, that squad, and it puts pins on everybody. So I couldn't move up very far. I didn't want to take extra pins on my stuff. They also went down because Joe brought on his infantry over here, taking pot shots, and since they have the American rule, they just needed 4s to hit. So I went down to try to save a few of them. His sniper over here shot my sniper, got a hit but no wounds. His Air Force observer we already talked about. And his mortar, way back in the corner, tried to range in on this squad but failed. They did kill 2 guys out of this squad, and I believe he took 1 out of this squad, which was my NCO. German special rule says on a 4+, I get a new NCO, and I failed. Of course, never worked for me. I'm a little bitter. In reserve, I have my Hetzer, I have my lieutenant, my medic, my Panzerschreck, and an MMG motorcycle. And Joe has his Chaffee and truck with engineers, right? All right, let's see what happens. Turn 2. All right, bottom of turn 2. Big thing that happened, Joe's airplane targeted his own guys by accident. Didn't kill that many, but he took a bunch of pins from that. He has whittled down this LMG squad right in the middle. I just have 1 LMG and a sergeant. He also did some damage to the assault squad. Didn't really do much else this turn. The mortar missed. He brought on his truck with his engineers. They got out and hosed down these guys. And I don't have much, I didn't do much else. I mean, I brought on a bunch of things. The motorcycle failed to come on. He's stuck in the rear. Hetzer came on. He brought another airstrike in on this house. So we'll see how that happens.
Notice you lost your sniper to the airstrike.
Yeah, turn 3 is ended. Airstrike actually hit this time. Yeah. Took out my sniper team, put some pins on. This team, this squad, they failed their order check and went down due to having 1 pin. My elite Fallschirmjagers, these guys ran away because they went FUBAR, elite Fallschirmjagers. These elite Fallschirmjagers, perfect position to take some shots with assault rifles, went down due to pins. I did advance and I shot the engineers quite a bit, shot those guys quite a bit. I lost this squad finally. They died. Joe did some awesome shooting from his engineers and his other rifle squads. He also brought on 2 Jeeps over here, one with a bazooka, one with a flamethrower. The Hetzer did some awesome high explosive shooting against those guys. Mortar missed again. I don't know, it was pretty bloody, but not, I mean, I had 2 squads go down that were pretty important to my plan, so. All right, we're done with turn 4. Big turn, lots of stuff happened. Joe managed to get his engineers through the pin. What did you have, 4 on them when they activated? Flamed my unit of Fallschirmjager up here and they ran away automatically. Not automatically, I failed my morale check. I moved up as much as I could to take shots at the engineers. I pinned them a lot, but I didn't kill enough. So they're still there. They still have a flamethrower. Joe is doing some fairly efficient flanking maneuvers over here. He brought a bazooka up. I turned to face the bazooka, and he brought his Chaffee on from the side. to take a rear shot at my hetzer. This squad is the only real infantry squad I have left. They're advancing over the ford, hoping not to get destroyed. I have a lot of machine guns left on the board, but we'll see if that helps me out. All right, turn 5. All right, that was the bottom of turn 5. You can see quite a bit of movement. Joe managed to kill almost everything I had on the bridge. The engineers failed to activate, which was pretty awesome. The bazooka shot the side armor of the hetzer and put a pin and 2 pins on it. Chappie missed over here, but he's in the woods. And that squad is advancing with 2 pins on them. I'm quickly losing almost everything I had. So let's see what happens. This could be the last turn of the game. All right, that was the last turn, turn 6. The squad right here that I was hoping could just run into place to hold the or to challenge the objective failed their order check after Joe put a bunch of pins on them, so that was a good plan by him. Panzerschreck missed. Chaffee put a pin on them. The squad behind the half-track put a pin on them. And this squad over here actually assaulted my motorcycle. It wrecked back, so they chased him across the bridge. This dude shot at the engineers. I was hoping just, stay on the mission. I was hoping maybe I could get rid of them, and then I could get this squad over here closer, but it just didn't happen. The bazooka actually, the flamethrower took out my hetzer. He started on fire and the dudes ran away. So that was the end of the game. It was a close game. It was a good game, very bloody. Joe had a great plan with the pincer movement on both flanks, but also moving up the middle and basically just face tanking everything I had. Check back later. We'll have another battle report up probably next week. Have a good one.